take 2 of this unboxing of Suruga-Ya stuff. Let me get the box up there. See? Got some more stuff from Suruga-Ya in Japan. Another good order. This was a fairly inexpensive order and one bonus item that I didn't order from them, but it got delivered on the same day. And you probably heard at the start, Take 2. What is this Take 2 unboxing? Well, I tried to do this live on Twitch, and for whatever reason, be it my internet or Twitch servers, there was a lot of stutter, and I was like, oh, I'll just edit some gameplay footage and everything in there, and no, it was unusable. I mean, if it's still up on the Twitch, you can go check it out and just see how bad it was. Like, I was really hoping that on my end it recorded at least without all the hiccups and the stutters, but it did not. So unfortunately, we are doing this again, so it's not as sporadic, because there were a couple surprises in the box that I forgot that I ordered, because I order most of this stuff is like, I think pretty much everything in this box was like $5 or less, so it's just kind of like, oh, I'll click this for the channel, do this for the channel. So there's a couple things when I originally opened, I was like, oh, that's a surprise. And maybe I will send the crappy version to the YouTube channel as a bonus, like, oh, hey, that's how crappy it is. But let's go with the unboxing. So first up, we got an N64 game to, I bought this game, and I have the freaking name right here. It's Seikyo Habu Shogi right here. I think this is a Mahjong game. I'm not sure. And you're like, Josh, you don't even know what this game is. Why are you buying random Japanese games that are like 500 yen? Well, I bought this because this was a launch title for the N64 in Japan, and obviously we didn't get it here in the US. But I do like to have those bookends when I collect a system. So I've got the US launch titles and the last games for the US release. As far as Japanese go, the launch titles were this gentleman right here. And then, like in America, Mario 64 and Pilot Wings. I've got the American Mario 64 and Pilot Wings, and I think I'm going to pick up the Japanese ones too, just so I have that bookend for the Japanese console. And then the last game in the US was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Last game in Japan was Bomberman 64, or Bomberman 64 2. They got 3 Bombermans, we got 2 Bombermans. And there was like Bomberman, Bomberman World, and I think Bomberman 64. Or actually, I think the last one was just called Bomberman 64. The first one was just Bomberman 2. I could be getting that wrong. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll make a note somewhere in the video. So I got that on my wish list, so I'm going to pick that up. So I'm going to have the bookends for both systems. As you know, as you can see back here, trying to get all the US releases, and then the far end over there, or my far corner right there at the bottom, are my Japanese ones, including the Mario Kart controller pack and Custom Robo 2 right there in the package. So I'm trying to get the entire US version. Probably not going to go for a complete series on the Japanese version though. If I do convince my wife to move to Japan when we retire, maybe, just maybe, I'll go for a complete set of the N64 games in Japan. But for now, oh cool, we can see that. I gotta set the camera. It's still in the wrapper. Let me take it out of the wrapper so it can just stand. So I can just kind of set everything up. This is in such good condition though, like just in flawless condition, almost like crisp out of the box. Kind of, the pins are really good too, so this should probably work without cleaning. So set that bad boy right next to Optimus Prime. We might have to move up to the front to screw everything up. So we're gonna stay on the Nintendo trend. And this is one of the games I forgot I ordered, and it was like stuck in between things. So when I was pulling things, I was like, oh shoot, I forgot about this one. It's not quite in as good a shape, but I don't have a working Famicom. I do have a Famicom over that way, but it doesn't work. I got it from the junk pile at a hard off, and I want to say I bought this one in Kyoto. Could have been Yokohama or like Shibuya. I think it was Kyoto, but it doesn't work. I didn't buy it to work. I bought it just to have in my collection displayed. But on my last trip, I picked up Super Mario Brothers 3, and now I've got the original Super Mario Brothers for the Famicom. Nice disc art there. And as you can see, kind of yellowed on the back. Not in the best condition. The pins aren't that great, but again, I didn't get this to play. I got this to put in my collection. So I do want a complete set of the Nintendo or the Famicom Mario game. So I've got to get the disc system Mario, that one's kind of hard to find, especially because I don't want just like a disc of it. I want like the disc art and things like that so you can see it, because most, if you know about the DS system, they're just like yellow discs. Sometimes if you bought that disc, you will get artwork on it. But other times those were just rewritable discs. You just take them to a kiosk, buy you a new game, stick the disc in there, get a new game. So there's a lot of them that are just plain yellow discs. So I want to try to get that one complete to go with my collection. And then of course Mario USA, which was Super Mario 2 here in the US. So I want to get those to kind of round out a Famicom collection, which might be the only Famicom games I get. If pinball wasn't so expensive, I'd get that. I've got the US version. That's I think I've explained that in a previous stream or podcast. That holds a deep place in my heart. Maybe I'll do a deep dive on pinball, but just kind of ironic that it does hold a deep place in my heart, and it was like key to Nintendo's success with their bridge with HAL. And our good man Satoru Iwata, gotta ask Iwata, move my head away, back there, he helped work on that game, and that kind of helped solidify HAL with Nintendo. So it's a sentimental game for me for different reasons, but it's kind of funny how it's a sentimental game for Nintendo. So just kind of a nice coincidence there. And I'm just going to say this out of vanity, my hair's looking good today. I'm still not used to the short hair, but I like what it's doing today. So, boom, Mario's back here. So, this next game, I do not have a Japanese GameCube to play it on. I bought this purely for aesthetics, but I will be getting a Japanese GameCube soon enough, and I'll explain that in a second. But I just love that cover art right there. And I wanted a Japanese GameCube game. I don't have any. This was dirt cheap. And Mario Baseball is one of my favorite. And this blows away our cover art. And I've always liked the small cases with the cardboard, the clear cases so you can see. And you open it up, wrap around cover. The disc you can see that way. I don't know if that's how the disc is supposed to be, but that's how it came. And the disc is in decent shape. This would still play if I had a GameCube. Maybe I'll try it on my GameCube. Probably won't work. Yeah, for Japan only. Probably won't work, but not a bad disc. And got a great, I was showing this off in the last stream. Oh, I see, I almost messed it up again. I forgot about this little thing that holds the manual in there so it doesn't like move around. But let me find some of the, just some cool artwork. You got the character artwork in the back, towards the back. Let me find it. Credits, but yeah, you just got kind of heavy hitters right there. Just some really cool stuff, and kind of funny because anybody who reads manga knows you read from basically back to front, but this is done Western style, where it's what our front is, and the pages turn this way. So that's something I never thought to notice, but I just thought of it right now that it's Western style and not Eastern style for that. But yeah, so I picked this up purely because I really thought the cover art looked cool. And there's some cool here's the back cover. All the characters right there. I don't think I have this from my GameCube. I don't have any of the baseball games. Like the proper baseball games. I need them. And like I said, I'm going to have a Japanese GameCube soon. Not sure how soon. I plan on getting the Spice Orange one, because I don't know if you guys know about this, and I'll try to link it in the video if I remember when I'm doing the editing. There's a company out making something called Flappy Bird. It's a GD-ROM for your GameCube, except you don't have to remove the laser in it. It goes in the side of the system, and you put your memory card there for your backups on there. And I was like, I could do that for my GameCube, but I was like, the more and more I see that Spiced Orange, I was like, oh, I gotta have that Spiced Orange. So now that I've got a Japanese GameCube game, it gives me an excuse to buy a Japanese GameCube. So I want the Spiced Orange, and I want to get the Game Boy player. Because if you remember from a couple unboxings ago, I've got the One Piece baseball games. So I want the Game Boy player, the Game Boy Advance player, so I can play it on my TV. But yeah, so hopefully I get that fairly soon. I'm looking for one with the right price. I don't want to overpay, because if you're in Japan, you can get them fairly inexpensively, but trying to get them in the US, it's pretty expensive. So I'm trying to find the right price for it. I look on Amazon Japan all the time, because I would like to get a bundle that comes with the system and the Game Boy player, so just two birds with one stone right there. I don't have to go looking for the Spice Orange, because I'm one of those OCD people. I've got to have the matching colors. So, but yeah, so that's my rambling on the GameCube. So next 3 games are all Saturn games because I think for my first unboxing, or my second unboxing, because I ordered that box before I got my Saturn to test it out. I didn't order any more Saturn games because, like, if this system doesn't work, I'm just wasting my money on Saturn games. So, first one up. No, let me not put those there so you don't get spoiled. First one up. This is a convenience store simulator. Basically, just run a convenience store. This looks like almost like a Lawson's or a Family Mart. And if you ever get to go to Japan, convenience stores are the best. They're like little mini nice supermarkets, and you can get your drinks there. You can get sushi, you can get bentos, you can get steamed buns. One thing my son Sean loves is the steamed pizza buns that they have. Fried chicken. It's just, the convenience stores there are great, and they make even the nicest American ones look like trash. And that's not the weeb in me talking. Like my wife, who I took to Japan this last year, she was just like, yeah, yep, this is way better in Japan than the US. And she's one of those, Josh, you are just a weirdo when it comes to Japan. And I'm like, I know. But so yeah, convenience store simulator. I had to get this when I saw it. It's called Conveni. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I can't wait to try this out and play it. Let me pull out because I didn't do this on the other stream. So, whoa, this is a Take-Two exclusive where I actually take the instruction manual out and have some looks. Like, yeah, it's kind of, from what I've seen from screenshots, it's kind of set up like SimCity. Oh, like SimCity. Oh no, going off camera. Like SimCity there. And you just got a grid. You build your convenience store. You have to stock it, and I think you just get points based on how well you do during the day and things like that. It's gonna be really cool. If I can get my Saturn working on the capture card, which I haven't even tried yet. So if I get that going before I edit this and put this up, I'll have some gameplay footage. So if you're not seeing any gameplay footage at this moment, then you know I didn't get it done, or it didn't work. One of the two. So we shall put Conveni right. Yeah. And then next up, and it's not gonna be as spontaneous as I did, but I'm gonna do it for her anyways. I'm calling out my good friend Lindsay, because she told me if I got a Saturn and I got Knights, because we haven't seen her come visit in like a year and a half, so we haven't seen her in over a year. And she said if I got this, she'd come visit and help me beat the fat lady. So Lindsay, I got it. Calling you out. Get your butt down here. Oh, I almost said where I live. I shouldn't do that. Get your butt down 2 hours south of where you live, and come play some Knights with me. We'll kick some ass. We'll stream it. Like I said, if I can get that to work on the capture card, we'll stream, and it'll be fun. Me, my wife, Lindsay. I'll have a good time streaming. Ooh, this has got all the, oh wow, that's got all the inserts in them. I didn't even, again, this is exclusive. I don't even know what this is. Is this a warranty card? Oh, this is kind of cool. It's got Sonic and Tails right at the bottom there. Knights, this has got to be some sort of warranty card. My kanji is next to nothing, so I can't tell you what this is at all, but it does say Sega right at the bottom. And then we got another little soft information, volume 7. I don't know what this is. This is just got like previews to other Sega games. Oh, that baseball game looks cool from Sega Sports. I don't know if that's their version of World Series baseball, but I'll have to figure out which baseball game that is, because their baseball games are cheap, so I might get that. Virtual Fighter Kids right there. So this is just like, these are coming out here. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I need that special Sega Knights controller, but that's pretty expensive. But yeah, that's pretty neat in the insert. And I'll go back in there so I have kind of more complete, but here's the instruction manual. Just all kinds of cool graphics and instructions. Fun little antidote that I told when oh, these are pretty cool. When I was opening this up, I never owned a Saturn, as a lot of you know, and I didn't necessarily particularly want one. I was always a Nintendo guy, still am for the most part, even though I have all the modern systems now. But I was always intrigued by the Saturn. I think it was because of that day one launch that I know they get killed for all the time, but honestly, I love that. There's the artwork back there, and that is a very clean disc. Look at that, you can see my reflection. I always thought the E3 launch was really cool. I can get it from a retailer's position that, oh, that's irritating that they launched it and we weren't ready to sell it. But you gotta imagine like how much we love Shadow Drops, and if you watch my Nintendo Direct stream, I was like, oh, Shadow Drop the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Shadow Drop that, Shadow Drop that. And it's easier in a digital age to Shadow Drop a game as opposed to a physical disc or a whole console. But I always thought that was cool, and like, and it's out today. I was like, oh snap! In fact, like, I don't know if it was the day because I can't remember back well, but I was playing Little League baseball, and we had a game at least that weekend. It could have been that day of E3. I got to go back and look and see when the Sega press conference was, because I know E3 would kind of start like a Thursday and Friday into Saturday and Sunday. And this was the first E3, I think it was, maybe the second E3. I think it was the first E3. And so that could have just been on like a Saturday. But either way, my buddy that Saturday, whether it was announced that Saturday or the previous day, that Saturday, shows up to our Little League game. He's got a Saturn in his dad's car. They went and picked it up from Toys R Us before the game, and I was like, oh, that looks so cool. And I actually, like, when they launched, I liked the Saturn better than PlayStation. I thought Virtua Fighter was a pretty cool fighter, so I was down with that. But no, the other anecdote that I was going to tell, I remember playing Knights in the mall. It was either a Macy's or a Sears. My mom was doing holiday shopping, so I want to say it was around Christmas time, or at least, you know, Christmas shopping season. And we were in like Macy's or Sears. My memory wants to say Macy's, but I don't remember Macy's really selling video games and having them on display. So it was probably Sears, maybe JCPenney's, but Macy's or Sears. And so we were in the electronics, and they had the Saturn set up, and Knights was on there, and I was like, oh, Mom, I'll just play this. So she left me there and play it. And I just had a blast. I like really enjoyed it. Never played it again from that moment on, but it like made such an impression on me that day, just the demo that I played. And I know it's been re-released, stuff like that, but I was always like, nah, if I'm gonna play Knights, I'm gonna play it right. I'm gonna play it on the Saturn. I'm gonna wait till I get a Saturn, and then I'll get Knights. It's Japanese Knights, so hopefully that doesn't hinder my progress. Because I mean, I could just pick it up and play when I was a kid, so I imagine that I can do the same, even if it's in Japanese. So kind of excited really into that. This is like, what was it, 96, 97? So this is almost 30 years in the making of me playing Knights. So Lindsay, you can't let me down. 30 years I've been waiting to play this game again. So you got to show up to play, because I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till you show up and play, Lindsay. And then the last game in the Suruga-Ya set is Nights into Dreams Christmas. This one was pretty cheap, and I was just like, might as well add there, get the Knights collection. So I believe there was the only two games. This one's got a couple fingerprints on it, but the disc looks pretty good. Team Sonic, Nights into Christmas. Because I just kind of like the art on them. Like you see Knights, the red instead of the purple, holding the gift. Oh, there we go, holding the gift right there. Only this winter presents from Knights. Holy Night, Elliot and Claire have a dream. They'll meet Knights in the dream again and fly up into the air together. Christmas Nights into dreams. So this probably would have been like DLC. You know, this was out today, kind of like into the. I really need that controller right there. That Knights, as I always call it, the precursor to the Dreamcast controller. I do need a white Saturn. I mean, I got the gray one, but I really want a white one to match my watch I got in Tokyo in a Gashapon bubble. But yeah, no, that's it for the Suruga-Ya box. Like I said, this was all, shoot, man, maybe I paid $25 for it because I was doing their free shipping program, which as of filming, this is Friday, June 21st. They're not doing free shipping right now, but so far, since I've discovered them about a month ago, it seems like they'll do free shipping, a couple days off from free shipping, and then boom, right back to the free shipping. So probably by the time this video goes live, they'll be doing free shipping again. And if you're a retro Japanese collector, especially if you don't need to look at the game, you're just like, I just want this game in my collection, it's definitely a pretty good place to do it, because with the free shipping saves you a ton. Cause I know there's all these proxy sites out there, and a lot of YouTubers are sponsored by them and stuff like that. I'm not, obviously, but that shipping, like I remember watching Austin Evans whenever he does those. It's like, granted, he orders a lot, but just when I look on Amazon Japan, shipping's like $20-$25. So it's like you got to make a big order to make that worthwhile. So it's one of those things with the free shipping that really helps out, because then you can only spend a couple bucks. You can do like that hard off, book off, Suruga-Ya, like Tokyo, Kyoto shopping, like that you watch people do when they go on vacation there, where you can get games for 500 yen and things like that. So you only pay a couple bucks. But I mean, even if you only pay a couple bucks, but then you got to pay a ton in shipping. So I definitely like this better than the proxy buyers that you can use. Even though, you know, you're limited by what they have in stock, like you can't search Mercari, Yahoo Auctions, Rakuten, and some of the other places you can buy with using those proxy servers. But at the same time, you are saving a ton of money when you do the free shipping. So it's kind of like, this order would have probably been at least double the price had I done one of the proxy servers, maybe even more, because I haven't ever shipped anything with them, so I don't know how much the shipping is. I just know people complain about the price. But before we go, the bonus item that came the same day, but this came from Target in America, but I finally got it. I'm going to stream it, Stellar Blade, the controversial game, and I know it's been described as like a Souls-like with the parry, stuff like that, and I tend to avoid those games because I don't get to play games like for long stretches and stuff like that, so it's hard for me to get good. So I've kind of avoided. I opened it, I was like, Final Fantasy. I forgot I installed the game. I just put the Final Fantasy disc in here like a 12-year-old. And I was like, wait a second, that's not the game. I was going to show you the disc, and I can't because it's in my PlayStation right now. But this did come with cool little downloadable code for an outfit and glasses, it looks like. So I'm going to be excited to play this game, and I'll probably stream it. I got to get the PlayStation set up for streaming. Like, I've got to do the whole little DCPI or DC, whatever it is that you have to disable on the PlayStation. Plus, it's further away from the Shadowcast than the Xbox is, so I've got to get out my longer HDMI cord and hook that up so I can play. So this weekend, so Saturday, June 22nd. Oh, this is Friday morning. I was like, oh, it's tomorrow. I was like, no, this is midnight because I'm doing this late because, as you'll see, my Seth Rollins review, the studio gets kind of hot during the day because it's in an attic. This part's finished. It doesn't get too bad, but where I do my figure reviews, that's in the unfinished part. It gets bad in there. So I don't do a lot of stuff during the day up here. I tend to play my games, stuff in the evening and stuff like that, because it's a lot cooler up here because the sun's down. But yeah, so I will be getting everything together and doing some more streamings. Hopefully I can stream for my Saturn. I do want to stream Marvel vs. Capcom 2, since that's all the rage right now because of the announcement of the game. So hopefully that would give me some extra views. But yeah, thank you for watching this unboxing. These do tend to do well, so I tend to get some inexpensive stuff when they do the free shipping, just to pad out my collection, which is now a lot bigger Japanese game collection than I ever intended. Like my first trip to Japan, I bought a few select titles that were kind of sentimental to me, but now I'm really building a Japanese game collection here, and it's only going to grow because a lot of American Dreamcast games are stupid expensive, and my Dreamcast is modded where I can play Japanese games on them. So games that I don't need to follow a story on or need to know Japanese to play, I'm probably going to get the Japanese version because they're a lot cheaper. And then my Saturn is Japanese Saturn, so just be buying until I get one of those expansion cards to play American games. I'll probably just be buying Japanese Saturn games. And then both my N64s are modded region free, which is really easy mod. Same with my Super Nintendo. So those I'll just play American Japanese games on those. But yeah, growing Japanese collection. I'm just looking right here. I've got my Final Fantasy VI manual. Final Fantasy VI is, I think it's back there. No, it's not back there. Final Fantasy 1 is back there. Final Fantasy 6 must be over with my other games. But yeah, so that's it for this this open box. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, you must have enjoyed it, so please click that like button. Click subscribe if you want to see more. Notifications if you want to be notified. Because I stream, I tend to have like videos up almost daily, so you don't even really need the notification. Just every morning when you get up, have that cup of coffee, just click over on the channel. Probably have something new up there, but I'll have some videos here for you to check out if you haven't checked them out anyway. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But either way, have a great day. Let me know which of the games was your favorite. As far as playing goes, it might be Conveni for me. Like that bad boy, I think I might have, if I can understand it. Like if I can pick out pictures and figure it out, I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. But as far as looks go, it just might be the GameCube Mario Baseball. I just really like this. I wish, you know, the paper sleeves might have gotten messed up by teenage me, but it would have been really cool to have the small cases. I think I just like these so much better than our larger standard DVD case GameCube games. So they went with the small disc, should have gone small case, but hindsight's 2020, right guys? So anyways, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.